Trade deadline is coming up a week from Thursday. Let's couch this with the Cavs view this as the opening of that window to win a championship this year. So they're not only looking for the short term. All right, having said that, one player every team should dump at the trade deadline, according to the Bleacher Report. Cavaliers, they say Caris LeVert. LeVert, a good player, but probably a better trade chip for the Cavs. The fact he's the most talented player in the mix for the starting small forward gig still hasn't locked down. Speaks to his imperfect fit with the team. Chris, I hesitate to say dumped, but he is on an expiring contract. The question I have to does he fit? Can he help moving forward? But again, they're not looking for just this year. Everybody kind of has to keep that in mind as well.
I think there are two key points, and that's one of them, Dave. That's the first one. The clock isn't ticking as rapidly as it is on a team like Brooklyn or Milwaukee or Philadelphia or Boston. Those teams are in completely different situations. The Cavs are still young. They're still growing. Everybody that's most important to their success, both in the short term and the long term, is under contract through at least another 3 years. And they're all 26 years old or younger. So there is a runway here for organic growth and for them to make internal improvements that can't be made externally. The other thing is, like, Caris LeVert, as questionable as he is as a fit alongside Darius Garland and Donovan Mitchell, when one of those two guys are out, Caris is very, very important to them. Without him, they don't have enough playmaking and enough shot creation. And if you look at the Cavs' top 5 most successful 5-man lineups, Caris LeVert is in most of those. Okay? So that tells you that in some lineups, in some groupings, he is a fit. It's just he's not a great fit as the starting small forward next to 2 other ball-dominant players in Darius Garland and Donovan Mitchell. And that makes you wonder, okay, like when you get into a 7-game playoff series and Donovan's going to be on the court a majority of the game and Darius is as well, like what's the fit then with Caris? How many minutes is he going to get then in those kinds of lineups? So it's something that the Cavs really have to consider here as they get closer to the trade deadline. But it's very, very complicated because he is a helpful player for them. He has had an impact for them. It's just, I wonder, is there a better fitting player that's not as good of a pure player as Caris that they can get back if they were to potentially move him?
Yeah, again, it's a tough decision for Koby Altman.